Today in the shop we are looking at a 2019 Ford Expedition that's displaying a liftgate or liftgate glass ajar message. On top of the liftgate ajar message this vehicle is displaying, the power liftgate opening feature is also not working. I'm going to be using 4Scan Lite today for diagnosis along with an OBD2 MX Plus Bluetooth adapter on an iPhone 14. I'm going to start diagnosis by retrieving all the codes from all the modules on this vehicle. We have a couple of codes in our BCM that are probably relevant. We have a U0230, lost communication with the rear gate module, and a B1495, hands-free liftgate Decklid Input Sensor. Let's go ahead and scroll through the rest of the modules and see if we have anything else that's relevant. We have a couple of codes in the running board module, but those probably aren't relevant to what we're looking at this for today. And in the instrument cluster, we also have a U0230, lost communication with the rear gate module. You may not have noticed, but the rear gate module was not listed among the list of modules that were found and codes were retrieved from. So next I'm going to scroll down the list of all the modules that 4Scan found when it first scanned the system. And if the rear gate module is not in this list, it probably means we have no network communication with the module. This is a fairly long list. There's quite a few vehicles that have over 50 network modules on them, and there have been for several years. And we are at the bottom of our list, and I did not see the rear gate module on it, so I don't think we have any network communication with it. There are two main power fuses for the rear liftgate module, and I'm going to start by checking both of those and make sure we have power to the module. Fuse number 91 in the battery junction box is the main large amp feed for the rear liftgate module. And with this style of fuse, there's not a clear cover that you can actually see if the fuse is blown, so I've pulled it out and put an ohm meter on it to check it, and the fuse did check good. The other circuit that the rear gate module needs power on in order to communicate on the network is fuse number 10 in the body control module. The body control module is located behind the passenger side kick panel. Fuse number 10 is going to be a 5 amp fuse located on the right side of the box, 7 fuses from the bottom. And it is one of the new 3-bladed fuses.
Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
Since this style of fuse has open terminals on the top, I'm just going to use a regular test light to test it and see if it's good or not. And we have no power on the left side of the fuse. After pulling the fuse out to inspect it, you can definitely see here that the left side of the fuse is blown. I'm going to go ahead and replace the fuse with a new one, and we'll see if it blows right away. If not, we'll see if we have communication with the rear gate module now. The fuse did hold, and the liftgate ajar message on the instrument cluster did go away, and the power opening and closing features on the liftgate seem to be working. I'm going to go ahead and make sure the rear gate module communicates on the network, and then we're going to look around a little bit and see if we can figure out why that fuse blew. 4Scan only checks for modules on the network when it initially connects with the vehicle. So in order to get it to look for new modules on the network, we're going to need to clear the cache, disconnect from the vehicle, and then reconnect to the vehicle. And this will take just a minute. When you get into newer cars with 40 or 50 modules on them, it does take a minute to read all the modules.
A few moments later.
And with that done, let's go ahead and scroll down our module list and see if the rear gate module is in the list now. And it did find the rear gate module this time, so we've got communication with the module now. The same fuse that powers the rear gate module also powers the hands-free liftgate sensor that's located under the rear bumper. And by wiggling the harness around at that rear sensor where it disappears behind the receiver hitch, we managed to get the fuse to blow again. So it looks like we're pulling the rear bumper. So we've got the rear bumper removed here, and I'm going to take a power sprayer to this and clean it off a little bit, but I think we found our problem here. We've got the harness worn through where it's been rubbing on the receiver hitch. With the harness clean and removed from the rear bumper, it's a little easier to see the problem here. And that yellow wire with the red tracer is our power feed from the fuse to our hands-free liftgate sensor. And to repair this, I think I'm just going to go ahead and replace the rear bumper harness. The entire harness looks like it's been beaten up pretty badly by road gravel. If you found this helpful or interesting, please click the like button down below. I got a lot more videos coming up, so please subscribe. And as always, have a great week.